Awesome. Well, I'm so excited to welcome everyone to our third community town hall. I know everyone is busy, especially our incredible WoW community members. So just wanted to thank you for taking the time to be here, for everyone who took time to submit questions. And we're really looking forward to diving in. We heard feedback from our last town hall that we wanted it to be more Q&A, more of an open conversation. So I'm going to try to do less of a monologue in the beginning and open more of a conversation with you so that we can dive into the hot topics. We are going to continue to host these once a month. So definitely keep an eye on social media and announcements, as we want to make sure that this is a regular part of how we build our community. And for those of you I haven't met, I'm Shannon. I'm WoW's COO, and I'm here with Kashfi, as well as the founding team, Raf, Thomas, Christine, Taya, so many WoW teammates. And we're really excited to dive in with you. So just a little recap. WoW has a lot of exciting things going on. We are coming off a packed house at Consensus. Shout out to Christine and Diana, who held an amazing Women in VC event. I wasn't able to be there, but I heard that it was very hard to get through the doors. And so love to see the people supporting WoW as well as Women in VC. We're also coming off really strong meetups at NFT and NYC. We had over 500 people RSVP'd for that event. And we're really looking forward to seeing you at VCon as well as NFC Lisbon. We're very excited about the House of Harlow collab. This was the first time that WoW products were available on the open market. Which makes us extremely happy to see House of Harlow out there in the world. And the thrill of my life, Artfest. It is only 6 days away. It's kicking off on Thursday, the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Our team has been working extremely hard to curate this season's lineup. I can't wait for you all to see it. I know many of you saw on Twitter. I actually had an emotional reaction to seeing the art. It's extremely beautiful. And the promotion and all of the work that the team has done to make investments in our Artfest experience are just as exciting as the art. So really excited for what we're going to experience next week. Taya has been our hero. She has been dropping major insight and alpha on the WoW prototype for our community hub. We'll be hearing a little bit more from her in terms of what we learned from what we're building. But thanks to everyone who logged in, gave feedback on the prototype. I strongly believe that case studies are going to be written around how Taya is building in public, and it is a true honor in my career to watch her work. Our foundation published their Web3 digital guide. Phenomenal content there. We were just looking today at the data and usage stats, and we're excited for this to be a foundation for more content coming forward that will help educate the community. And Monopoly teasers are out, so you're going to see more on that soon. And then just some great wins for our team. Celebrating Yam, she was featured on the NFT Now 100 list for the second consecutive year. And it's just a reminder of the inspiring humans that we have both in the team as well as in the community. If you guys have been watching WoW Wednesday, you've seen that we continue to host spaces with inspiring members of the community like Avery from Vayner3, as well as many discussions. And I feel really grateful to be in this group and community. So thank you so much for contributing to that conversation. And we look forward to featuring more amazing humans from the WoW community coming up. But before we jump into today's topics, I also wanted to start by addressing market conditions and how it pertains to the community and WoW's future. We wrote in the leadership update that was published earlier on Medium that our focus is around what we can control, especially in these challenging times. We're continuing to provide value regardless of the market volatility. It's all we talk about is how do we provide value to the WoW community? How do we make sure that this is a community that you are proud to be part of? And how do we do everything that we possibly can to deliver value to you? So have 100% assurance to you that while the times are challenging, our focus is you and investing in this project, in our community, and our future. We will not stop. And while it can be really tough to look at where the market is at, we are in it together, and we were building for the future, for the long run, and for the success of this brand. So regardless of the ups and downs in the crypto space, we're using this time to focus on our why and build with those of you that are participating and speaking up. It's been really amazing to see the feedback in the Discord and just continue to get ideas from our committed members in terms of how we can continue to build. We hope that our hard work shows and our transparency inspires you to stay and just continue to get more involved in the community. So we've been listening to your feedback dating back to community surveys for the last couple of years. We're working really hard to deliver on that feedback and continue to showcase progress on the projects that we've put out there. So with that, having shared some highlights as well as recognized some of the challenges that we face, I want to just open it up to some of the top questions of the community and get into it.
Awesome. So we didn't have a lot of questions pop up from the community for this month's town hall, but I still want to voice whatever it is that we've just kind of seen over the month pop up now and then, even if it was just in chat. So I'll start with a question from Begs, which was in the thread of the town hall. And it is that, is WoW still working on something with Hello Sunshine? That was super exciting. And Beg is curious if there has been any momentum on the back end.
Absolutely. So we did answer this in the last town hall. What's signed is an agreement for scripted and unscripted series. But we acknowledge that progress is slow, especially given the market sentiment around NFTs have certainly cooled the conversation. We're focusing on what we can control, which is evaluating platforms to help us better activate our IP and give opportunity for holders to activate their IP. So we will continue to share updates as we make progress there, because getting WoW's story out to the world is certainly something that we prioritize and value.
Yes, I shared actually, I believe last week in the Builders Corner on Discord, an opportunity we've been looking into called Gokaden, that platform allowing people to actually write their stories, put them out there, and for other people to come and produce content out of it. And I think that would be a good use indeed to fill the gap until we manage to pull something ourselves at the company level. That's where we are.
Awesome. Thank you for the update. Nodes, you want to take the next one?
Yep. Hopefully I'm on the right question here. So the next question is from the community as well. It says, is Team WoW thinking about the floor price? Slipping under 1 ETH for WoW and 0.1 for WoW is concerning to me. Have there been discussions on buying back WoWs for the team's vault?
So we also watch the floor price daily. We review it weekly in our all hands, and we're really aware of the current market situation, as well as just want to showcase to the community that we know when the floor drops, it really impacts how our community feels, and we feel really a lot of urgency to deliver value to holders and to work on ensuring that this floor price grows. I really appreciate you, Nudes, as well as Cashby. I know that you've been doing some really productive discussions in spaces as well as in the Discord, especially looking at what is happening in the market. We've seen other projects do this. What is very important to WoW is ensuring that we stay very on top of any legal implications before we make any official announcements or execute on any strategy around this. WoW has a fantastic brand and fantastic presence. And so certainly we want to make sure that we're not doing anything that could put us at risk from a legal perspective. That said, in terms of a community wallet, WoW has always been interested in expanding our wallet of WoWs for use of partnerships. We're really lucky to have a very large pipeline of partnerships. And what we're seeing is that partners typically want to tap into our WoWs that are owned by the studio, which wasn't something that we necessarily anticipated a few years ago. We thought many partners might purchase their WoWs. And so certainly it's attractive to us to think about expanding that, especially for the use of partnerships.
I agree. We have a very small pool actually of WoW and emojis that the company own, and we would be happy to get some more. And we believe right now actually is an interesting time. So Nudes would definitely considering it. It's an interesting time, I think, to grow the wallet, to grow the portfolio.
Thank you for the answer around that. The next question is regarding Monopoly. When will we receive a follow-up on Monopoly? Many of us were expecting it to drop before another season of Artfest. Does the team have anything to share around that?
Yeah, actually that would be for me. I mean, if you were in the team for the last 4 weeks, you've been seeing me every week pushing on a different topic on Monopoly. In all honesty here, we've had some, it's the first time we work with an external IP that's actually way bigger than us, obviously. And we faced some more difficulties, I would say, in the process of validating what we can push out there, what we can do with it, what we cannot. which makes that the marketing campaign and the activation as a whole that we had planned had to be kind of paused while we resolve some of the hiccups around the promo material, really. But we all have seen the board in the company. I can already tease here that the board is going to be visible at VCon, behind closed door, behind little curtains. So if you're at VCon, you'll be able to go see the board. It's just been, we are learning, and on this one, it's a lesson hard learned. I don't know if you say that, probably not. But I mean, I'm gonna add a bit more here as well. That I heard this feedback. Like we used to do that before as well. We would start something and then we would stop. This is not gonna happen. We have a great product and we're gonna bring it to market.
LFG, I'm excited about that, and I didn't see that bit of alpha coming. But is anyone here headed to VCon? That was it from the questions from the community that we saw on Discord, by the way. So I welcome you all to feel free to unmute and speak or share your questions in the chat. Monica shared one, which I'm going to touch on real quick. Monica was wondering about WoW University and the goal of getting 30,000 women into Web3. Is this going to be a free course to join, or are participants expected to pay a fee?
So great question. Our goal is actually 50,000 women into Web3 and the metaverse. So we are thinking big. And the course is free. So Let's Mint sessions have been free. They've been both in person as well as digital. We are working on new ways to expand the program and meet this goal, including leveraging partners as well as producing more video content that is accessible. So look for more here soon. But in terms of free, I can absolutely say yes.
Eco, go ahead.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
We can.
Awesome. Because I'm driving, I'm not sure if quality is good enough. But hi everyone, I have a question. I'm not sure if you guys already answered it or not. Do you guys plan in migrating the contract of WoW? Because right now you guys are not earning any royalties from the sales, right? So there's a lot of projects recently, mainly projects that launched years ago already, that have been suffering with it, of course, because sales from the royalties are a very big chunk in their value that they earn, right? And you guys as well, of course, having so many people in team and so on. Do you guys plan in migrating the contract? What are your plans regarding that?
Go ahead, Tom. I'll add something after.
Okay. No, we definitely checked out what the market was doing, both with the goblins, of course, but also more recently what Forgotten Wizards or NFT Worlds have planned. I think it's super interesting to have a look how we can improve the initial contracts. What it can bring, of course, royalties, but are there any other features that we could bring? There is the historical value of these contracts and of the tokens that have been minted on this contract. So we are really right now trying to just ponder whether it would make sense for WoW, for WoG, or for the other contracts. But we are definitely following that. Nothing much to say. Because we did not take the decision. I think, for me, it's really about historical significance. Usually when you mint something on the blockchain, you want it to stay like this. It's really what everyone would say. So unless we have really, really good feature improvements to add to WoW or to WoG, we did not plan to migrate the contract in the following months.
Yes. And I want to add, Echo, that I probably got to repeat myself here, but since the beginning, or maybe since, a year and a half ago, we've known that royalties is not a business model for a company. I mean, this is not going to work. And we believed in it maybe for the first 5 to 6 months, but very quickly, it was December 2021, we were thinking about a business model to earn money. So right now, of course, it would be good to earn some royalties, and have some kind of recurring revenue. But it's been a year and a half that we're working toward having a sustainable revenue and a sustainable business model, and not stick to pump and dumps. And we would be happy if all 32,000 WoW and WoG end up in the hand of great women or great men that would just contribute to the network, and we don't need to see them change hand every day. So we are building a business model in that direction.
Awesome. I'm super happy with both of you guys' replies because a lot of projects recently they tried to pivot, right? Because as you said, just sales from royalties, it's not going to be good enough to keep a project even more at the scale that WoW has already. So I'm super happy with your replies, like searching for new revenue streams. I think it's super important, and it's like Thomas said. the contracts being historical, right, as the first version of the contracts in the NFT space, of course, they hold some value because they are not upgradable contracts, so you guys can't do any change to it, basically. I like your approach, and thanks a lot. The replies were awesome. Thanks, guys.
I might add that actually the fact that we've been looking for a perennial sustainable model for so long might be also a reason why we've missed some trains, some hype trains, and some pumping activations, because we're like, okay, but what's the end goal? What does it do on the long term for the brand? And sometimes it might have hurt us, but that's the way we work.
Awesome. Have a great weekend, everyone.
You too. Drive safe.
Yes, please drive safe.
Awesome. Thank you, Rico. Is there anyone else from the community that wanted to, share anything? Feel free to raise your hand and unmute and speak. We want to hear from you.
And while you're doing so, if anyone wants to prep their questions, I see Taya is on the call. Taya is doing phenomenal work on our network prototype. Taya, if you want to give some updates in terms of the data we've received, I know many people will be interested to learn more about the progress from behind the scenes.
Sure. Probably quick recap of what it is at all. So it's something that we were planning to build for a while, and this is the validation phase. So we build a prototype solely for collecting feedback. When we launch it, it will look nothing like what you have seen, if you have seen it. What was interesting for us is to receive this feedback via votes and also qualitative feedback in comments, and really happy with the results. Our target was to collect feedback from at least 100 unique wallets, like basically holders. It was token gated. Only WoW and WoWG holders could join, get in and vote in it. So we got 141, and it keeps rolling. We're no longer advertising it, but people still find it somehow and leave feedback. I'm getting reached out on DMs, on Twitter. One person who looked at it in the beginning, checked it out again, provided more feedback. It's really great to see that. There was quite a lot of feedback going on also on Discord, on Twitter. So apart from that 141 person who logged in, almost every single one, more than 80%, they voted at least once on some of the features. We tested different features. We're testing different topics in wave pages. And it's interesting that we don't really have a certain winner for that. Basically, almost every single thing was voted 8 out of 10. Apart from news and events, which was 7.2 out of 10. I think the only thing that was kind of controversial is the other collections that we decided to include as a nod to other collections. We created a whitelist for it, so it was only selected collections that were ending up there, but still it was rather confusing. For now, I think we will not include it in there. We're already scoping the MVP. MVP will be definitely the profile page, which nothing else can exist really without it. That's the starting point. And next one. So the most popular one was surprisingly profile. At some point it was not on the top, but then towards the end of the research, it topped up. Usually it was we can share it. Thank you. So that's the profile page. You can see also Ruff's feedback at stake here. 7 out of 10.
Transparency.
Honest rating. It's great. You can see he does own a cool cat, or he owns capacitors. We included that as well. Artfest pieces. And of course, all the WoWs and WoWGs. Biggest feedback for the profile, it needs to be customizable. And we knew it. It just was really hard to make it in the prototype because that would create much more development. The target was, and we achieved the target, was to spend only 2 weeks on development of this thing, not to spend more. So of course, in the end, it will, first of all, look completely different. And that will be our biggest focus for the next couple of weeks, figuring out the look and feel. We'll reach out to the community to collect references. What do you think it should have? What kind of feeling it should have to it? Then the profile, of course, you will be able to customize, add info, customize everything that you can there, that we can think of, curate, of course, your collections, show or not show certain things, and so on. So it's really a lot of learnings from here. We got lots of feedback. I think maybe the WoW Pass. Yeah, this page got more votes than anything else until that was the number one until Profile topped it. That's basically quests and rewards, and we're currently also speccing that out. Once we have something solid, we currently have a custom user journey, and then afterwards we will create some specs like descriptions, and I will share, of course, with the community. So basically, all work that we do on network, which is currently the current name, but it definitely will be named something different, is always shared on Discord in public in the Builders Corner. That's the default. I sometimes share info before I share it with the team. For me, it's also important. Collect feedback there. Even if I know there's not enough activity there, I'll keep posting and bothering you with the spamming and everything. So what we have done as well to follow up on our promises, we released today a PO-up. It's finally live. I shared that link on Discord. I will share it probably as well on Twitter and reach out in DMs to all 140 people as much as I can on Twitter to share this link. Apart from that, I'll read now all the comments. Apart from that, we promised a report. We're finalizing it because I want to make sure we have all the feedback captured there. It will be anonymized. So quote of a person, but we don't mention their wallet or their ENS or anything that identifying. We'll probably even remove some of the professions that might be identifying a person, because we did not ask for the consent, but I really care about transparency and I want this feedback to be shared as much as possible so that you as community can also make your own mind what you think about it and how you read this feedback. And this report, I think by Monday definitely we're going to share it. Let's see what Raf has to say while I'm catching up on comments.
And I want to add that the whole profile and membership section and this loyalty program we are looking to build is going to be a strong tool to build a systemic and systematic system of differentiating WoW and WoW G holders as well as WoW plus WoW G holders. We've been doing it every time we can so far. Whenever you have event activations, priority access, discounts. But we believe this is where we're going to be able to embed really a sense of tiering and membership. And I personally appreciate that because it's something we've always wanted to do and planned to do since the beginning.
Yeah, I'll start answering questions. So Chelsea asked about licensed products to other brands and communities. Definitely we were thinking about it since the beginning. That's why also I prefer it not to be named WoW, so it has something more generic and welcoming and inclusive. In terms of revenue, I don't think it will be so much revenue, given that the size and number of collections that are looking for community engagement and activation is not so high, and I don't think we should charge insane amount of money, not like super enterprise level of things for it. And there are a lot of tools for it, and I can see other collections searching and trying out different things. We're also trying out different things, and we're talking to a lot of potential partners. If this tool does well, and so far the feedback is really, really positive. I would say even more positive than I expected. It feels like it will create engagement in community, and I hope we'll also bring new members or get some members back to us. Then it will be a good case study that we can go to other communities. We definitely think about partnerships with other communities and how we can present that and how we can show and highlight other communities inside there. We also look into overlaps with other communities, how many holders we have in common, and I think that will be one of the indicators into looking, okay, who should we go for next? Apart from, of course, values alignment and vibes alignment, we definitely should think about also number of holders that we have in common. That's one of the things. Yeah, thank you so much. And people who did not completely who did the user interviews, because we had 8 user interviews in the beginning before sharing the link, and if they didn't do the prototype because not connected to the wallet, I will issue a separate POP for that because everyone should be rewarded for their contributions. AI entries into the art contest. Okay, that's not my part. Anything else? Quickly checking. It's a lot of comments. Delegate cache and so on. So all these features will be added. So it's already in the scope for MVP. Sorry for not including it for the prototype, but again, like it was the target to build it in 2 weeks, so that's why it was not included. Otherwise, of course, when it comes for real, it will be there. A lot of other customization features. And then soon after, the plan so far is to do as the next release, well, basically WoW Pass, since it's the most popular thing, and we find it super exciting as well. And I think it's a great opportunity for us to reward the community and engage community in a fun way. Or it can be also, I don't know if I can say those things, exclusive token gated content. Like that also is on the roadmap, and that's something that I think will excite people as well, because then it makes sense why you join network. This is basically a platform for utility, and this utility is about having fun or learning or potentially earning, because there's this builders corner where you potentially can do gigs, learning through educational content or getting rewarded for your contributions in physical or digital rewards and so on. So a lot of possibilities. Hard to pick one feature because all of them were equally liked. Some people liked one thing and really didn't like another thing. And then there was an opposite camp who would like that thing but didn't like that thing. So it's hard. Our community is super diverse. No clear winner. We have to build it all one by one.
Thank you.
There was just one more question. I don't know if you saw from Chelsea. What will the role of Discord be when the product deploys? Will WoW maintain both platforms? If so, how will they be differentiated for the community?
Yeah, I would say we are not planning any messaging platform, any messaging functionality. I said it last time, I'll continue saying as well, until we see that people actually prefer to do it on the platform. Discord will be the communication channel, and I hope also to see more and more communication on Discord. It's messy, but it's still part of Web3 culture. At least like I see it as part of Web3 culture. It should stay there for now. I don't see them as competing. I see them as complementary. On Discord, it's hard to see an overview of a person. What do they do? What do they own, or their interests? Like you see roles, you see when they joined. But many other things about the person you can find probably on this platform and interact in very different ways, like completing quests together. If you want to engage, you can do on Discord and talk about it, but then afterwards go on the platform and claim rewards or something. So it's I see this complementary to this point. Maybe at some point the whole Web3 move away from Discord, we might move away as well, but so far I don't see it happening. And unless there will be a strong demand again.
I mean, we always listen to the data, especially now that Taya is here. But I totally agree. Our full approach across all communication channels is we have to diversify in order to engage our full audience. There's a lot of part of our community that prefers Instagram, prefers Twitter, prefers Discord. And to be inclusive, we need to be across platforms. And this also allows us to build where we're really unique. Like what the data is telling us is you guys want our community to be premium, Soho House, exclusive digital community. You also want this platform to be a place where you can have a gamified way that you learn and earn. So we're going to be focusing on the functionalities that are going to add value and new ideas to our community and the ecosystem, while letting the tools that exist continue to do the job and continue to give us the ability to connect globally.
Okay. Kajvi, I think that covers it. We have some more.
Nothing as of now. No more as of now. Does anyone want to unmute and speak? Feel free to. Otherwise, I think we've addressed everything.
I think there is a question about AI art and the art contest.
Oh, yeah.
That we haven't yet addressed. So the question was, can you contribute AI-based art in the current art contest that WoW has going now? We are going to allow AI art. WoW is very pro AI. We actually have one of our most popular Slack groups is the WoW AI interest group, and we're actively talking through how we can integrate AI across our productivity, across different areas of our business, across innovation. So we feel really strongly that AI, it's an extension of the human mind. It's an opportunity to fuel our creative spirit. And it's really important that we shouldn't be afraid of this tool. We should just leverage it. But we will say that in order for the work to be original art, the artist needs to edit the AI. So that is something that we've been working to define. We work with artists that leverage AI in their process, especially as we curate and create work, not for the contest, but for other WoW endeavors. And often we ask the artists to document their process, to showcase how they're using AI, as well as work through the legal pieces to make sure that it's art, it's not leveraging, others' work. So specifically for the contest, you can use AI, but make an edit on top. And I will say, ultimately, the community is going to decide on who is selected in the contest. So there's going to be 10 finalists. The WoW will actually select the winners, and the top 5 will actually have a chance to be featured in the next Artfest. So really looking forward to seeing what the community is going to create. The submissions have already been awesome. I've been really, really pleased with what I've seen and the engagement. And so I can't wait for the rest to roll in and for us to have the opportunity to celebrate the incredible artists that we have in our community.
Thank you for sharing that, Shannon and Daya, for your comments. I am keen to know as well about how interested the community is in AI. I know that Chelsea has been playing around with it quite a bit, even through her own art. So yeah, Victoria, go ahead. Oh yeah, Victoria has a challenge about like GM AI starting from May 1st, I think.
Yeah, I heard about it. Hi, everyone. I heard about AI and I was like, well, I'm starting this challenge May 1st. It's like Hustle GPT. It's completely free. If I don't have enough women in there. I think there are 3 women. If anybody would like to participate, feel free to DM me or hit me up somewhere. And so it's going to be something like the same concept as Hustle GPT. We hustle to create our AI startup and try to sell it on acquisition.com or something like that.
That's amazing. If you have a link to where we can find out more so we can encourage others to attend, please drop it.
I will put my the tweet I just posted yesterday.
Perfect. And in the Discord as well, so others who aren't in this chat can see it.
All right, then. Thank you for that, Victoria. I think that we can wrap up if there's no other questions from the community. Thank you so much to everyone who came in. We're so grateful for you. Just a reminder that World of Women does 3 Twitter spaces every week now. We have the Time is WoW on Monday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. We have WoW Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And we also have the community spaces with nudes every Friday. Please feel free to keep joining these Twitter spaces. The team is trying to be more visible in the Twitterverse and on social media in general. So please keep joining our spaces. Keep visiting the Builders Corner section of Discord. We recently reworked the Discord a little bit as well. And just share your thoughts with us whenever you like and build with WoW. We're grateful to have you here. And we hope to see you again soon on the spaces and again in the next town hall. Leaders, any last words from you guys?
Extremely grateful for everyone joining. Build with us. Love the energy and have a great weekend.
Yeah, I'm grateful for joining in the toughest time. We really appreciate it.
Good weekend.
Bye-bye.